having the safe space to be vulnerable, to have a real conversation without coming across as weak or insecure, is probably the most challenging aspect for men in relationships, because you're always taught not to be vulnerable. If you were, you're going to be judged, and if you're judged, you're not going to be judged in a perspective that makes you feel good about yourself or makes you feel like a man after it's over.
Ladies, y'all gotta unball your fists. I mean, it ain't combat out here, but you coming from the perspective of a combatant. I mean, allow that thing to organically create itself and relax.
And pretty much we are judged by what we do versus who we are. As long as you're focusing on what I do, you will never get to know me.
We are people that have suffered from what I call emotional terrorism. And we have been entered into a combative mode against ourselves. And a man is not threatened by what you have. A man might be irritated by what has you.
Say that again.
Absolutely.
A man is not threatened by what you have. A man might be irritated by what has you. And what has you is this feminist, I'm an alpha woman. How come our women are the only women that connect a title to them versus just being the woman? And so a man covers a woman, he handles a dog. And so one of the challenges is in our own emotional terrorism, we've been taught to combat each other or go against each other, and femininity and softness is a lost skill set now because it's deemed as weak. And so it takes an alpha man to handle me. A man don't want to handle you, he wants to cover you.
A lot of women come into a relationship with baggage, and they kind of put that baggage at your feet. And it's like, these aren't my bags. And you just really can't come into a relationship judging the current person on the past person.
I think that for me, the negative influences is the biggest thing that's going on right now. It's negative, horrible, irresponsible influences. And the truth has become non-existent. You know, we had a sister not too long ago put something out talking to Iyanla Vanzant about bus drivers, right? And she wouldn't date a guy unless he owned the bus that he was driving. Now, I understand that the sister probably wouldn't date a bus driver, period. Since when being a bus driver was a bad thing? You know, we want to be Michelle Obama's, but, you know, she took a back seat to make Barack Obama president. It's not because she wasn't dope. It wasn't because she didn't have the skill set, but she saw a bigger vision.
A lot of my female acquaintance, coworkers, they have those negative mindsets. And I'm like, when you have that mindset, you're gonna get negative results. And I'm like, that you have to change your mindset and your outlook first. And a lot of times, you know, they penalize their female or their male friend rather for something that has occurred in their past. And I'm like, that's not fair to him. You know, you gotta let go and let God, as I say, and move on. You get what's in your rear view is in your rear view for a reason.
During integration, Black people's mindset started changing. In some sense, it sounds crazy, we were better off when we had less.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We had more respect for each other when we had less. Mm-hmm. Now people get a little bit, and it's a little bit, you know, like the brother who was saying about the sister who said, I'm not trying to be in a relationship, or I'm not trying to date some guy who's driving a bus. Well, I mean, you one pink slip away from driving a bus yourself. Somebody said, don't judge people by what they have, judge them by who they are.
I would have to say that men are simple.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard. Women seem to overthink a relationship. The 3S: sex, sports, and space. That's how simple men are.
Believe in me.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep our house clean and give me some. We will knock down the world for you. Let's keep the house clean, because a lot of people don't know when you get to a certain age, when you're younger, you can just do it. But if it's clutter, my man's mind is scrambled. It's hard to focus in the intimate setting. But if you believe in me, my God, if you believe in me and you give me some,
Dre, if the house dirty, you ain't gonna want it anyway, right?
Right. Right. You know, that's scary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
You come out the house looking like a dime, you get to your house. Oh my.
Women need to understand that even though we may be their lover, we may be their cover, that we're not their best friend as far as that person you get on the phone and talk to for 4 and 5 hours. I don't have 5 hours of nothing to talk about. So please know when to pause. And when we walk in the door, give us some time to decompress.
Yes, what I was gonna say is I have a saying, and I've been saying this for years. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. Don't try to find the gray area, because I'm a black and white kind of guy. Like, I'm straight to the point. I shoot from the hip, and what I say is what I mean. And a lot of times women think we're the enemy and they treat us like the enemy. And I'm just like, I'm not up for confrontation. I'm not an argumentative kind of guy. But I mean, a lot of times women will make the smallest thing an argument. And I'm just like, really? Like, are we really doing this right?
For me, the number one thing is protection. And I say that because, especially once you get married, that woman knows every secret. She knows where all the bones are buried. She knows everything. And if she's not willing to protect you, we're not expecting you to protect us physically, but it's just that, you know, you're the confidant. You're the person who we land next to. You see the flaws. You see everything behind the veil. And you got to be willing to protect that man.
And don't use what I give you about me and my vulnerability, as Ron started off with. Don't use that against me when you get upset. And when you use what I've given you against me, you side with my enemy.
Well, first of all, some things you definitely can't apologize for.
Right.
And so actually there should be nothing come out of your mouth that's going to demasculate your man or disrespect your man, period.
All black men ain't. I mean, why you even say that? So we all can't be nice. You know what I'm saying? Just because you went out and you found one dude who wasn't about nothing, you need to question why you attracted to people who are about nothing. Don't do that, because you can't go anywhere after that. What we gonna do after that? You already told me. You telling me I'm nice?
I think the thing that stands out the most is I don't need you. And I, you know, that regardless of what's happening, whether it's I don't need, and I think that language shows up a lot in relationships. I don't need you, because our women are becoming more aggressive and assertive in getting things done themselves. And so there's this mindset of I don't. So if I'm in this relationship but I don't feel like I'm needed, I'm probably not going to be in the relationship. The other one is you wouldn't be blank without me.
That part.
If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be blank if it wasn't for me. So for me, I've become very successful, and of course my wife has been a huge part of that. But I don't want that to turn around at some point, and somewhere in life is you're having some kind of disagreement. Say, but I mean, I can only imagine the language that's being used is you wouldn't be blank if it wasn't for me. And that may very well be true. It absolutely may be accurate, but I don't want it thrown back at me.
Another one, Angela, is I don't need no man.
Right.
That part.
Then why we here?
Right.
When I met you, you was nothing. Listen, when I was nothing, I ain't never been nothing. When I was nothing, I was somebody. So what you mean? Words of competition versus completion can end up leaving you INDEPE. You know, you independent. You know, you got your own house. You got your own by your own self.
Got $1 million in the bank and an empty bedroom. Damn.
And I can't find no good man. I want a real man. I want a real man, and everything about you fake. Your hair, your eyes, your nails, your breasts, your butt.
Don't forget the baby hair. The
baby hair, them lace. Everything about you fake. You thought you want a real man, but watch this. And you want a man to live up to a standard that you can't even handle. Men, we will stop hurting ourselves if we realize and we agree that the person is your assignment and you are their assignment. If you're playing with each other, that's another thing. But if you're looking for a person to be assigned to the rest of your life, you'll be able to handle their baggage, because they'll come and say, hey, this is who I am. Women, y'all make the whole world go round. But because of the shortage of who we are, you don't get to urinate on us and think that's okay.
You just have to learn how to make this thing work, because it's never going to be a perfect world.
Self-assess. And that's the hardest test, is that self-assessment, looking in the mirror and saying that, you know, it's not always the other person. 50-50 is the wrong answer. You both need to be coming to the table with 100.
Wide open.
Can't come to the table with half a person. No, that's not gonna work.
But you know, Angela, you also have a lot of women that don't want to put in the work that's necessary for a relationship. All right, they figure that you've gone out to dinner today and you may have called on the phone a couple of times, and all of a sudden you're in a relationship. No, you are dating. You are getting to know each other to determine if we can move forward down that dating path. Get rid of this list. He has to be 6 feet tall. He has to make 6 figures. He has to drive an Italian sports car. He has to A, B, C, and D. Are you what you're looking for?
It really isn't fair for men, Angela. You know what I'm saying?
What you
Women
saying?
can go get weaves and you can get eyelashes. You can put on makeup. Y'all can fly down to Miami and get BBLs. Man, if a man ugly, he just ugly. You know what I'm saying? It ain't fair for you to have a weave and then tell me I need to be something that you not. Take your hair off. Let's see what you do.
It's a setup, and we don't even see the games that's been played on us as a people. We've been taught not to even like our own selves and have an expectation of somebody else coming to save us when really we're the only ones that can save us. I believe in you. You can do it. We can make it.
We got this.
We.
Hey, we got
We.
Yeah.
we, right? We, not I, but we.
Yeah.
And we can make it work because we're willing to put in the necessary work.
I don't want you to measure it off of how I show up. I want you to measure it up what you got going at your own location.
That's good.
So if you're already dominating the conversation, not really hearing, your sex is bad, your money's bad, your conversation at home is bad, therapy is probably not going to work. You're going to have to fix some stuff at home first.
A willingness to go in therapy and counseling is a good thing, but go with honesty.
Yeah.
You know,
Somebody
go
said
with
it.
honesty. If we go into therapy and you still going to cover up the origin of all of your, like he said, dysfunctionalities, then you ain't doing nothing but wasting my time.
Yeah, we don't respond like you guys respond. And we don't expect you guys to do what we do, but it's always expected for us to move the way you guys move. But the problem is the bulldozing. You can't bulldoze and make him give you something that he's not ready to give you.
Like, we really want to get this right. Men don't want to be by themselves. We weren't designed to be by ourselves. The man that I know is really good. There's a woman somewhere beside them helping them be great.
Don't tell men, especially black men, they're not enough. You telling people that they're not enough, that doesn't make you look better. That just makes you look bitter.
Understand that sacrificing and compromising comes from both ends.
My ladies, I just want you guys to know that we love you. We love you, we love you, we love you. But just as important, we love you, we need you. I want you to open your eyes and understand that we are better together. We're way more better together than we ever will be apart.